Check, check. Check, 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 check. Scorpius by big. Check, 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 check. Oh, this sounds. 1 3, 1 3. 1 3, 1 3, 1 3, 1 3. 1 3, 1 3, 1 3. 1 3, 1 3, 1 3, 1 3. 1 3, 1 3, 1 3, 1 3, 1 3. This side there. Alright, let's see how that goes. Well, we're not taking no calls today because did I run some tests before, and again when the calls them coming, it a freeze the live. Something is going on there. As usual, I'm gonna wait for people them come in, you know. I wait for some people forward. Yes, people. People are saying that I'm using a new Zelle number for now, and somebody write me saying that it's not working. It is working, right? Remember, if you're Zelling me, it's a different number to use, okay? But that number is working because I just got 2 transfers, okay? So to the person, I can make sure. The Zelle transfers are working. I just got 2. Okay. That work, man. So I'm going to business. Alright, let me see where I'm going next. I know. Pop down caller there. The phone now work, but I take no call today because if the call them come in, it I go freeze the live. So I just hang out to the eye them little bit until me fix that and me work on that, you know. As usual. See how it go. Good night, good night, good night, good night, gentle people. We're tired. Yeah. Yeah, come to sleep at night time, you know. Christina, you have time I tell Carla hello. Okay, so while people are coming, we're not stay long tonight. While people are coming, people no look on this, you know, and have to be careful out there with a cell phone, you know, I'm telling you, a cell phone get too at a problem. You know that already. Cell phone get too at a problem. Watch Miss Lady in the jeans with her phone in her back pocket, like most women who wear jeans too. Men don't know what go on, but the phone just explode. Watch it. That's crazy. Look, you know, because I wonder if this will show up on phone screen. Wanna see me look at arrow? Me look at cursor? Wanna can see me right now? Wanna can see my cursor? Can you guys see my cursor? May I wait for an answer because, you know, the delay. Hey, Christina, wicked, you know. You know, that's what Christina put out. It's small, you know, it's small, but we can't see it. Yeah, that's a good one, Christina. That's a good one. That's a good one. Christina, like, yeah, Raga, your cursor, it's small, but we can't see it. We can't see it. Squint up with yaya and look, we can't see it. A little bit, but we can't see it. Now look at you, Christina. That was funny though. Yeah. Well, you don't know so these things, you know them lithium. You know, when I go up and plane them, I say, yo, you know them have the standard thing now where they make you check in your hand luggage free when you're already in the waiting lounge. But them might say, make sure you take out your lithium and battery them and all these things. Them know why you send them around and whatever. Because they can, different phones are made differently and whatever. And I guess the quality of some and the quality of the parts that are in the phone are such that, they can, explode. We have seen many instances where, they tell people, do not leave your phone on your bed. Let me be honest with you. Sometimes I end up doing it and I forget. And then I wake up and I be like, you shouldn't have done that. But a lot of the phones, when they overheat on the bed because they're laying someplace or they have on a case that don't allow them to breathe and whatever. They're electronic stuff. And the parts in some of them, they're quite flammable. Okay? So you have to put with them something there. But look at this now. I mean, we know that, the phone them will just explode under certain high temperature situation and thing. All right, so somebody posting in the chat there. He saw my sister was asleep with her phone and she heard an explosion. She frightened and woke up. It was her phone on the bed. Right? So we know that happened, but this is happening on her butt, in her pocket, on her jeans. Now, I'm not making fun of a bad situation, but it begs the question. Perhaps it's because she has an hot ass. Well, probably her bumper up on fire, though. Not, like average or whatever. But the point I'm making, I don't know what condition the phone was in her pocket. Remember, when the phone is using a lot of applications, it heats up because the processor is whirring. So if you accidentally left your phone light on, or when enough people do, they have a whole heap of apps open in their phone, and they don't know to go over to that little window where you say all of them, and you click clear all, and them look at something there. Or, whatever you may have your phone doing, in a data intensive way, that can lead to that explosion. Also, if your phone is damaged, be careful. If your phone is damaged and exposed in some way, the inside is exposed in some way, exposed as in it's damaged and exposed to the elements outside of it that might be conducive to initiating that sort of explosion, you have to be aware of those things. But this is not good. This is not good. She's out presumably with her brother or her boyfriend or something or whatever, and that's crazy. Wow. The other thing is, if you find yourself in that position that she is in, unfortunately, it would be, I would suggest that you do not hesitate in taking off your jeans right there. Hopefully, you would have been adhering to that Jamaican custom. Well, I'm aware that is not everybody in Jamaica was raised that way. But when I was growing up, there was a big deal about in Jamaica. Like, this was like a national thing, all across the country, where you must make sure when you leave your house, you drink something hot and you have on clean underwear. Some of you on the younger side, they might not believe me, but yeah, that was a big deal. Like, and when I say big deal, I mean a big deal. Make sure when you leave your yard, you have clean underwear. Because the saying goes, you could have dropped down. And if you drop down and people have to tend to you, you do not want to be seen in underwear that is less than stately. Okay? That would be a good idea. All right? So we were told that. But So if you're in this position, you want to be able to take off your jeans and you have on a clean underwear to retain some of your dignity while you ensure that you remain safe. And that is assuming the underwear would not be on fire either. But my suggestion is if you find yourself in this situation where, your clothes and the lower part of your body catch a fire, and if you reach your underwear, take it off too. You want to live and you don't want to burn up the goodies down there either. So I would suggest that, oh my God, look at that. Poor thing, I shall run. She should not. But hold on, she started to take off her jeans, Watch when she comes, she started to take off her jeans. Yeah. But she shouldn't be running there doing it. She should have, the saying, stop, drop, and roll. Right? Your best thing is to fire needs air to survive, right? So that's why the best thing to do is to douse it. Just put something over it and whatever, and the fire will go. So you should just drop on them, just put something over it quickly and whatever, the fire will go, Because fire needs air. That's why when I somewhere burn down, you have to be careful which door you open. Because you'll open that door and all that air come in and the fire that's why you see it explode and all these things, If anybody there near Sonia, can you just take her phone for me, please? Take her phone. Take her Sonia phone. What is wrong with this girl? Then I see Sonia post and I say she must have fought too, I must have fought. But you see Sonia, she laid one, right? Because we know some of those poops are quite flammable, We all know that, You can imagine like somebody like Carla Carla, the phones are not working today. They're not working today. Don't call. There's no phone working today because I was testing the system and every time I test a call, it freezes the live. So I've got to figure that out tomorrow. So you can imagine a Carla, some similar thing like that. Carla then you're young, go poop. Then you're dead. You burn up because you know a Carla poop them, I'm going to just make the thing Carla poop them, I'm going to just make fire take you, put you in a hell right away. So that can be a good thing for you right there. Anyway, that is that. People, wait, how much people there? 76. All right. I have a couple more videos, but before we play them, the time from get together, boy, people, you never see smoke without fire, You never see smoke without fire. No, before we get to that, because people don't know it's a liquid that come, right? Liquid is probably the first person for Ph.D. in my room. Actually, he was the second. But no, he was the first. Yes. I think Liquid was the first for Ph.D. in my room. And then, the other people are trickling, Let me just get something coming back here again. No, all right. Listen, it's working. Right? The Zelle number to sending you your money for your room, it's 718-308-9993. 718-308-9993. 718-308-9993. And it's working. Like me know for a fact say it work. People sending up to today. People sending their names will remain unmentioned, but it's working. Yes, and when you're sending it, you're going to see Tam from Travel Agency. For some reason I have to use that one right now. Oh, well, since Naki B said, well, I know it's between Liquid and Nakita who first sent in the payment for their room. Actually, I can know real easily. Let me just confirm it right here because people might say, what's the big deal? We're kind of laid back over here, so, and, all right, let me go in here and scroll down. I'm going to tell you. Ooh, where is it? Okay, here we go. No, my mistake. It was Nakita and then Liquid. Yeah, so it's Nakita, Liquid, and then CBS. Okay. We have about remember, there's 15 rooms, and I think 6 or 7 people pay already. And there are about 3 others who I'm pretty sure they're going to pay. Well, 2 I'm pretty sure they're going to pay. And then there are about 2 or 3 more people who express interest that they will, but no disrespect, but for those people, when them thing come in, then we say, yeah, boom, me wait for them confirmation. But so me no know if Liquid, people remember Delmarie never come last year, right? So me no know all of it. Me don't even know all of it. Because my tells a Liquid don't play already, Then Delmarie link now I said, oh, she's coming. Because Delmarie said she wasn't coming. Because she couldn't come. Then there's some developments on her part, on her side that according to her, allowed her to come. So Delmarie will be there. People, Liquid and Delmarie will be at the time for Jesus have mercy. Liquid and Delmarie, they're going to be at the Tam Fam get together in the CM building, the CM mansion for an entire weekend. What is this show? Yeah, one reality show where you have a whole bunch of them where the people them sleep over, but you have one where some excitement are going because this boy I must go see film girlfriend abon him in the house. Temptation Island. No, apparently this Temptation Island, yeah, apparently the first one did bust at England or so. And then them do an American one, and then them them kind of franchise these things out and think. So I don't know which one, but you have one where at up a place, right? But the idea is that these people, they're in this big house together and drama ensues. But there are a lot of talk shows that's based on that, people living in house together and you bring in different personalities. Now, we must admit some of these producers do, facilitate the drama in some way, sometime, but there's usually some truth to it. No, Naki, it's not no couples retreat. There are people there who are couples who will be there as couples. You and your husband, of course. Mama aunts and papa aunts, of course. And whatever. But the other people get in the single rooms. Okay? So nobody call it no couples retreat. Okay. And by the way, people behave themselves. For the most part. Y'all know that I'm just making mischief, okay? So let's play with it. At our get together, we're very relaxed and we're very, as we say in old school Jamaican language, we're very jokify. Yeah, we're very jokify and but we're very respectful of each other. And we all know, we don't cross certain boundaries or be rude in any way and thing like that. But I don't know if you love the mischief and the drama or whatever. So, Liquid and Delmarie will be at the Tam Fam get together or whatever. I will be making trouble out of that. Mina Goronan. Cassandra, how art thou? Wagwan. Long time. Oh, Naki said, I meant the show you're trying to invent, sir. Oh, I don't know. Couples retreat. I don't know. That would be interesting. But I'm so looking forward to it. So, like, when Delmarine confirmed that she'll be there, of course, I start the trouble with it. So I say, oh, yeah, go. But remember, you tell me, say you never go. Delmarine tell me, say she never go. You know, Delmarine said she cannot go because she's going on the back on the Ghana trip. The small group Ghana trip coming in April. Delmarine is going back on that. You know, she has some stuff she has to do over Ghana too. And I tell her business, and she's doing them. So she was just like, oh, it's too close to the Ghana trip and da-da-da-da, whatever. So I'm like, oh, I totally understand. I totally understand why you would not be coming on the Tam Farm get-together in March. And then pretty much 2 to 3 weeks later, you have to be flying to Ghana again or whatever. I remember Delmarine live on the West Coast, you know, so it's a pretty penny for her to fly all the way over. And Orlando is a vacation spot, so you know, them fare is not exactly ground zero and type of thing. So I totally understood. And I said, okay, all right, Delmarine, I understand why you're not coming. And then people, all of a sudden, Delmarine go, oh no, I figure out something and I can't come now, you know, or whatever. I wonder if Delmarine go just because she is a liquid I go there. I wonder if she secretly have a little crush on the big thick beer. I just wonder if a liquid make Delmarine. Yo, she not in the chat though. I don't see her in the chat, you know. But the ANC ladies would know. Now, so I'm going to ask the ANC ladies. ANC ladies, let me see which are the ANC ladies them there now. Naki B there, Mama Ants there, CBS there. So, ANC ladies, is it because Liquid is confirmed for the trip, for the Tam Farm get together, why Delmarine decides that she's going after stating quite clearly, unequivocally, that she would not be going? And then after Liquid confirmed, same ago, Delmarine pick up herself and say she'll go. ANC ladies present. Is it because Liquid is there while Delmarine is going? Talk the truth to God love and shame Lucifer. I'm reading the chat. I'm waiting. I'm waiting. Right? Because I know it's an evil doer on a line, sister. Lying. I never say lying. Lying as in, for those of you, some of you probably won't know what I'm talking about. But for those of you familiar with sorority pledges and Greek pledges and, you know. Yo, Mama answer real general, you know. You never left out the one of the Mama answer. Oh, never that. She's going to see her sisters. Right? And so now can be roll out the sir. Seeing us, as in the ANC ladies, is more important. But you use the word more there, Nakibi. Nakibi, you're talking to a lawyer, no, you know, be careful. Nakibi, you just said more important. More. That means you leave room for us to think that there is some importance there for Liquid from Delmarine, but that you guys have more, you know? But there is some there. You got to be careful of your language now when you're talking in an Akibi. Right? You just said the line sisters for Delmarine, they're more important. And then Nakibi said, plus we have plans. Oh! SDC people. That right there is ominous. That is an ominous warning right there. You see that? SDC people, we weren't thinking of battle, you know. We weren't thinking of battle, but you see what Naki be, right? Plus, we have plans. Now, it could be totally harmless. They could be just planning to hang out and have fun with the Line Sisters of the ANC crew. That could be it. Could have nothing to do with anybody else but them. That's possible. But it also could be that they're planning something to embarrass the SDC. And see, Antash about, yes, we do. Okay. SDC people. Christina come out. You never are. ANC, stay ready. What you ever care about that? Well, you know what, I better go there prepared to do something, you know, for at least represent for the yellow, you know, because the pink and grey, them are going like them wicked again, you know. So, I have to go represent for the yellow, you understand? Something I have to go on. And Tasha, SDC is that important. Well, she misses something right there. So, you know, sometimes when them are going like them wicked, them Anna tremble and them not end up a type good, you know. So she missed something there in her typing right there. So anyway, we're not going to pay that. Anyway, again, time for them get together March 21st to the 23rd in Orlando. And again, the mansion lock. And I just want you guys to know, again, as a reminder, that my goal here in organizing this, it's just a get-together, but all I want to do is to be compensated for getting the mansion, okay? And I work it out, and it comes out to $330 each for me to be compensated for the mansion. And, you know, them have them thousands of dollars with them traffic, but them have all these fees with them add on for all these things and whatever, including a deposit too and them something there and whatever. That bring it up and whatever. So I just want to be compensated for that. Again, this is not a profit thing for me, right? I'm even what I'm being compensated don't factor in my room and it don't factor in my airfare. Okay, that's my responsibility, separate from the venue, which is important here. The venue is what is important to get this event on the way and thing. And it's just us getting together and having fun. And yes, Antosha, I am excited about it because, listen, I'm at the stage of my life where, sweetie, I am just, I don't know what to say, man. I've never been, you know, I've been in entertainment for decades upon decades. And people probably can't count on them on the time them see me go out by myself. Like, go out. It wasn't an event. You know, most of the time I'm at an event, is either me I support a friend or I'm working. I'm not really a big crowd guy, you know. I've never been really, you know. But I love just hanging out with good friends. Yeah, I enjoy that, you know. You can just be yourself and no disrespect to others, but I kind of back to Caribbean people, you know. So Jamaican Caribbean people, and you know, once you're around good Caribbean folks, decent, fun people, you know. And when I say fun, I don't mean, you know, you have to be swinging on a chandelier or anything like that. That's not what I mean. I mean relaxed, fun people you can joke with, and as they say in the Eastern Caribbean, you can lime, you know. As we say in Jamaica, you can just kick back on all our vibes with it, you know. I love them look us up with it, you know, like, but are people who, you know, like, oh, me comfortable with me. Me like them something, you know. So for this, I'm just looking forward to this because for me, I'll be amongst family. I'll be amongst the Tam fam and thing, and I know the folks who are coming. And, you know, I'm just looking forward to it. You know, the last one was fun, and I'm sure this one is going to be even better, right? So, and indeed, I'm looking forward to that, okay? That's right, Kay. I can move on to something else a little bit. Again, when I use a phone them today because just before the show I was testing some stuff and the phone, whenever the phone come in, it's crashing the software again. I don't know why, so I have to figure that out. Oh, and Tasha meant to write, SDC is not that important. And that she did intend for write first, you know. People me telling you, you know, listen to Mass Raga. You see what she did want to write? SDC is not that important. From the show start, you know, whatever she want to write, it come out good, 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 good. Anything she want to write, it come out good, 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 good. And just when she did want to write, SDC is not that important, that never come out. The Lord God works in mysterious ways, his wonders to perform and thing. Just when she did commit that sacrilegious act, right? That act of infamy, right? When she got walla walla in her sin, God make where she a type no come out good and thing. You see it? When you bless, you know? When you bless, and God make me see it. So even though she eventually write it and thing, God make me see it what she write eventually, but God want me see what she write so that me know where him did stop her from writing. Can I get a hallelujah? Glory! Yes! You see? She type good the whole time, you know? Not a problem. Anything she want to type, it come right out. And just when she go pass her place, and I sink into the bowels of hell, the depths of Hades, right? Where she a frolic with fallen angels and demons and thing. In order to rise up against SDC, God, and I make she type, be a foolishness she type and thing. We couldn't even understand what she has to write this and thing like that. You understand? Don't play with SDC. We are anointed and we are blessed. And when the wicked and the evil rise up against us, they shall fall under the word of the... Listen to me, man. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Okay. You are warned. Right? I just say, him cramp up my hand. Oh, God. Oh, God. Anyway, so you remember we were talking about like me I tell you something, I know and it's like the generation when you grew up in, you know, you see when you say this and that about your mother, you mumble it to yourself, you know, man, and once your mother there in front of you or your parents and your respect, you know. You don't care you're bad. No, me I tell you, all gunman. Right? The bad boy them and gunman them, you know, when time mother elder them, whatever, them like, well, I'm telling you, Spencer, the school, Miss Spencer, the school, no man. It's just like that respect thing they did it. And that thing they change, you know. Not to mention grandparents. That change, you know.
They're being evicted from their home of 56 years in Thousand Oaks.
Now, this is the house that we are talking about. The trouble started 2 years ago when the elderly couple needed a personal loan. Their grandson offered to help and in the process convinced them to hand over the deed to this house. That was the beginning of the end.
And I don't know where we're going to put these.
Verna and Hank Kowecki have to pack everything and move. They say they were scammed by their own grandson.
People in the neighborhood told me all about it, but I still couldn't believe it.
Doug Emerson is one of the neighbors who broke the news to the elderly couple. He noticed that when Hank and Helen were out on Sundays with their grandson, realtors would be showing the house to potential buyers. Emerson did some digging and discovered the grandson the couple loved dearly was selling the house without their knowledge. Not only was the house for sale, all the equity was gone. They say he left and never came back.
I just feel lost.
To the extent I wanted to commit suicide at one time.
Now, have you heard back from your grandson?
No, none at all.
We haven't heard nothing.
Nothing.
How Have you addressed this with your grandson? I mean, what?
No, I have no contact with him whatsoever, and I don't think he would face us.
Well, how long them say them have the house? Oh, wait there.
They're being evicted from their home of 56 years in Thousand Oaks.
56 years. 56 years them have this house here. And them probably I go through so and so and so, and the grandson offer them a loan. And whatever I'm tell them in terms of giving them the loan, I'm tell them so them have to give him the deed for them house with them own 56 years and would have appreciated in value. And this is by design, the grandson do it, because he make sure, say, him ingratiate himself with them in a certain way and them love him and trust him. So he make sure, say, him take them out of the house on Sundays, on certain Sundays. And they act nice with them on the Sundays, them when him a take them out. Make sure, say, them not there at the house. While him have realtors assure the house. Only at the time when he make sure, say, them out of the house. Sell the house. And just disappear upon his grandparents them. And again, remember them said these are them, most of them, one of them loving grandchild, grandson or whatever. And disappear, nowhere to be seen. Gone with the whole of the money where the house sell for. So it's a setup, the part there, where the neighbors start to tell him, say, listen, when you go on a Sunday time with a grandson, realtors come and show people the house, You know about that? Right? So that is a setup, That means he would have to do there with the grandparents and laugh and a chat with them and have a good time with them and whatever. And I keep them unaware of where I plan the whole time, So this is by design. This is a setup. The part there alone make you know, say, this is a full-blown setup. This boy set out for selling grandparents them house from under them foot. And I don't know what is the nature of this loan thing and thing. All right, correct time. We see you have to go your bed. What time over England, Okay. 1:23. You have to wake up for early, man. All right, correct time. Go on your bed and thing. Correct time. Remember to make what happened to you the last time, okay? I don't want to put your business out there and thing, but remember what reach you, what day, and you end up if you go outside, 3 o'clock in the morning and thing, all right? So, it's just a reminder, all right? Perhaps you do it already, but if you don't do it yet, it's just a reminder. But if you don't do it, I just want to remind you, go outside and pick up your chimney and can put back your chimney under your bed before you go, so that when you wake up later, 3:34, you can use your chimney, which you usually do, and you're not in the same position where you have to go outside again, back in the cold for your chimney. All right, Craigton? Peace, my brother. Sleep well. Well, see you in the morning. Anyway. Now, back to this youth right now. Me don't know. Me always tell people, say, boy, me see some people successful in a business and them have a ruthlessness about them, and people big them up, but when they hear how them get successful, I say, me I just say, no, sir, if I that me have to go do to be successful, me not think it happen, because how you do something like that? And then you have people who do these things and them get money. And then people rate them, because them have money and them wealthy or whatever. And the idea is like them a win. So people, them overlook the things them with them do. Indications are that this boy are targeting grandparents, man. target them, you know. If you take with their house from them, this is the only thing them have, you know, see them a ball. And the grandmother says, boy, she did a contemplate suicide and all these things and whatever. This is the only thing them have. And him just take it from them and disappear and gone with the money. They're probably gonna splurge with it and thing. Set them up. Aye, boy. So Kay said there's a similar story in Canada where the elder mother moved in her adult son and his wife and family, and they brought the woman to court trying to take her house. Wow. No, I don't know what the backstory is or anything, you know, but I don't know. That's just, you know, what this what a grandson you're going with and thing, you know, your elderly couple, frail, you know, like Bob Marley say, and as the adage go, most of the time the people them who can wicked to you and betray you are the one them who you love. Because them can get away with you where stranger can't get away with you with. Because you trust and love them, you know? And that's why them can make certain move against you. Which suggests that it's the people who you love you have to be careful of. But how you do that? you can't, I don't know, you know? I don't know, man. It's just cool, you know? It's really cool. You look on the poor little couple and whatever, and the lady contemplating suicide and thing and whatever. I hope them hold on, you know, prayers up for them and thing, you know. Yeah. It's the one them who you love and thing. And it's the one them who you have been good to. Isn't it interesting that you can be good to people, you can help them, you can look out for them, and that they can develop some sort of entitled justification that essentially says you are obligated to continue being good to them the way you have helped them. And that if you don't continue infinitely, unendingly, then somehow they will then conclude that you're a demon in some way, sort of, or whatever, you know. And they will not have problems with people who don't do anything for them. They will get along fine with people who never do anything for them. And them people are cool. But them end up hate you and despise you and chat bad about you, who used to help them and thing. And for whatever reason you decide, say, is it that you can't do it anymore, or you feel like, say, you know what? Nah, they might take advantage of this thing and expect me to keep on doing it. You're going to stop, which you're entitled to stop. But you who used to be good to them, you who were there for them on many occasions before, is you them end up. I have a couple relatives in my family like that, you know. I'm telling you, me is to help them. Help them. Yeah, because of my family, yeah. And for different reasons, for different one of them, I stop. And if you ever hear what them I say about me down at Jamaica, I don't make it bother me one bit. Nope. I don't say nothing to them or whatever, boom, bam, 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 bim. Good. Come and prove it, say it goes on a hearsay, and thing. And all it is that you were being good for a while and you stop. And them come up with all these reasons why you're wicked because you stop. That is the interesting part. The people who you used to help are the people who are close to you. You know? So it go. I want to Fritz about the Altoids. I'm not the Altoid. Fritz, I'm not getting any. You're getting the good. Raga not getting any, okay? Raga has been in a long-standing drought. Big respect to you, Fritz. You're getting some. You can use your Altoids and things like that. I'm not getting any. Congratulations to you, okay? One Fritz a troublemaker, you know. Again, people, me nah stay here. 9. But the last video there. That's not it. Is this it?
I've been in a relationship with a married man for about 19 years. We have a 17-year-old daughter. We just sent her to college.
Okay. Great.
I love him, and I believe 100%.
Well, me play this already. May I wait for soon a response. Wanna recognize this video? I just want me wait for say it. If me play that one already. I'm under the rock. The rock is higher than I. Jehovah guide me. I'm under the rock. Go tell my enemy. I'm under the rock. Jehovah guide me. I'm under the rock. People, me play that video already. You want to recognize that video? Answer me. I want to know wait for. Go tell my enemies I'm under the rock. Jehovah guide me. I'm under the rock. I am under the rock. The rock is on. Nope. Okay, no man, Christina, I miss nothing, you know, for Christina said no. Okay, good. Alright, let me play. One listen to that prekaya, you know. People, listen.
I've been in a relationship with a married man for about 19 years. We have a 17-year-old daughter. We just sent her to college.
Okay. Great.
I love him, and I believe 100% that he is in love with me. Okay, great. We finish sentences. We know the B-sides of records that nobody knows. Okay, so all of that is wonderful. But he's married.
Oh, not to you.
And not to me. And I know that that is not technically okay. Now, let me back it up and give you just a hair more.
Yeah.
I was her best friend, okay, for a while. Okay. And so I'm a horrible person in some ways, but she didn't help the situation. So.
Well, no, I'm play the way them. I want to listen what she say at the end, you know. Listen what she say at the end.
I've been in a relationship with a married man for about 19 years. We have a 17-year-old daughter. We just sent her to college.
Okay. Great.
I love him, and I believe 100% that he is in love with me. Okay, great. We finish sentences. We know the B-sides of records that nobody knows. Okay, so all of that is wonderful. But he's married.
Oh, not to you.
And not to me. And I know that that is not technically okay. Now, let me back it up and give you just a hair more.
Yeah.
I was her best friend, okay, for a while. Okay. And so I'm a horrible person in some ways, but she didn't help the situation.
So I remember I think when we talked about yesterday. No, this is a different thing. I wanna. So she's with a married man for 19 years. And them have a 17-year-old child who both of them just send go to college, And the married man that she has been with for 19 years. She was the best friend of the married man's wife. So he's married to his wife with whom she was her best friend. Obviously, she's not the best friend anymore because she ended up take her best friend husband, breed for her best friend husband, and stayed in the life with her best friend husband. I'm sorry, people, but after 19 years, you can't call that burning in. That's not burning in. That is a married threesome, That is a family threesome, 19 years Pitney, I send Pitney go college and whatever. That you can't. That pass affair, But you hear the little thing, the little jab at the end, She's like, I've been a horrible person. I know I've been a horrible person. So she knows she go low. She's admitting it, that at some level, she start pre her best friend husband. I'm going to take her best friend husband and probably did I take him while she was still a juggle as the best friend. And at the end, she was just like, yeah, I was awful. I was terrible. I was a terrible person or whatever, but she never helped it either. And I'm so curious, to know what the she never helped it either mean. Because over the years when I've dealt with situations like these, it's very often, one of the common thing is, oh, she was my best friend, but she treat the man awful and terrible, and she not love her husband the way I'm supposed to love him, which usually falls flat in terms of a justification for you still go take your best friend husband. But there have been other things too, like I've known women in that position who say, if she come and tell me about how good her husband is all the time, and I tell him, I lie. After a while, me just like, what an incredible man. I want some of that. I'm just saying, I don't know what she mean at the end, and there's so many ways you could interpret it. But I wish I knew what she was saying. I mean, it sounds like one of those little, convenient little outs in an off ramp to say, oh, well, it's not all bad because she the so and so. I took my best friend's husband and been taking him for 19 years. But and I'm a bad person, but she's to be blamed also because I'd be so curious to know what that because is, But I don't know though, but I'll have to say to her, like, just a reminder, sometimes when something good are going for you, good are going for you, you can have somebody who you trust, who you're close with, and say, I'm happy. She's a great person, he's a great person, whatever the case may be. And, we have a look ups and downs, but listen to me, man, I would not give up that woman for anything, or I would not give up that man. But avoid going in a whole heap of details about your private life, here to somebody outsiders who don't trust. That is my suggestion. Because I know some of our friends who want to say, will never betray you, I don't stand by that. And some of that is true. But again, if you listen to look a snide thing there at the end, they're like, yeah, but she never helped it either. Something there where she, I say, as justification for what she do, And I'm just saying to her is like, some things were good for and things, just be careful and make no too much about your business or too involved. in a life, or I spend too much time around on all the while, and I was careful who not do things together with all the time, Be careful, because most of these things are this, so them it's out of those scenarios that these dysfunctional situations emerge, As old time people say at Jamaica, a rub butter or puss mouth. You understand? And then sometimes you just never know. Right? And people see you have a good thing, and, for them life, misery and failures and whatever, and them see you have a good thing and you have a good partner and whatever, and they will develop justifications for trying to take away what you have, or succeeding in take away what you have. They will interpret things in a way that justify what them a do, when nothing really goes so. You understand? And sometimes, again, if people don't know, if them don't know, them can't do. So careful where you make them know. Yeah, and careful how, careful how you share your blessings with any and everybody just because you're happy, You may happy and you just want to shout it out loud from a mountain and things like that. But, just be happy with your partner for the most part. And thing, like me telling you, I have a friend, Betsy, long time. Right? Betsy, anyway, you're there, find me, man, I don't know where you're there, And Betsy, remember Betsy say a thing at the time when Betsy said it, I was just like, nah, Betsy, that's too much. Betsy that one man, and the man was good to her. And we check Betsy did run a club like, a restaurant like, and thing, and we go check Betsy and thing and whatever. And I knew who the gentleman was. And she said, he's at her home and thing. Anyway, Betsy see her, I think it was her niece, them come in and thing, and Betsy said like, well, how come on down at the house? And the niece was like, what do you mean? And she said, who down at the house? And then the niece basically says like a bet, I think it's either Betsy's sister or our friend them. It was our friend them. Our trusted friend. Them down at the house. I wish back Betsy. And Betsy said, Kingsley, me have to leave right now. I was like, okay. And Betsy's like, no, sorry, I'm not being to be rude. I know we not see a long time and you come and whatever, I have to go leave now, whatever. But my family and left my friend them down there with my man. So I said like, but them, now you charge them and you're too good friend. And she said, and Betty said that is exactly why I left them down there with my man. I said, but if I charge, if I did the two of them, you would. And Betty said that is exactly why I left them. So I said, your man can't govern him thing or whatever. And she said, Betty said, I just don't want a problem and thing like that. And Betty left and go down there, go take them out of the house. I never stay. But she said she bring them back and just tell them so them cannot stay in her house alone with her man. These are her friends, her two friends. And then I kind of understand what Betsy I say, I know, when, years later, decades later, I kind of say, oh, no bother. Because, them friends, if them end up go so and so, whatever, I would not excuse the man, But if them friend go to so and so, and then this and that happen or whatever. I saw you may have the friend them I said the same thing like with this woman I said at the end of this video, like, yeah, I'm awful and terrible, but she just as bad too, right? Cause she have good man like that and left good man like that with me in the house alone. What she expect? And she know the man Tana, something like that. I saw them come up with some little justification like. So be careful who not kind of welcome in our house and our space, yeah, man. SDC, tall or big up yourself, all right? All right, may I look for leave, you know, but I have one. Okay, again, remember, everybody who are come on the, if I ride and whistle, I look a bit in the people. Okay. Yeah, all of a sudden we're getting all this snow here in New York, you know. It snowed last night. If we get our next round of snow, we did get snow over the weekend. Like, dude, bro, we haven't been getting all this snow. All right. Okay. Again, remember, Tam Fam Get Together, March 21st to the 23rd in Orlando and thing. Yeah, you would want to get your tickets, by now as soon as possible. In fact, no, it would be, well, they usually say 4 to 6 weeks. If we get good tickets and thing, all right? Yo, Ellie, I want you alone, man. I'm not riding anything. Leave me alone. Me, I'm a rider, right? Me, I'm a rider. We don't do the riding around here. We leave the riding to the ladies, okay? All right. Yeah. Tam Fam Get Together, March 21st to the 23rd in Orlando. Again, I have to keep doing this. So those of you who want rooms, remember the rooms are $330 each for both nights. Okay, in the mansion, 15 bedroom. You have your own, but I go time away if you make, because there was one time we did it. It was a different group thing though, and there were a couple rooms that never have their own bathroom. And this time we just make sure that all the rooms have their own bathroom, And most of the women follow me, and thing. And for women, the bathroom important. Them thing they're important too. So everybody have their own bathroom. Every room have their own bathroom and thing or whatever. It's a huge place. And yeah, and there were other options, but them were just a little bit on the tight side in terms of, who wants space, big living room, big kitchen, big the whole works and thing. Huge lounge area up on the second floor, movie room, all kind of something in I mansion. Right? Pay for heat the pool, pay for heat the jacuzzis, pay for heat, everything and whatever. So, I go all out, splurge and thing for make sure so everything is there for our comfort. But again, I want to tie up the rooms, so everybody who is going to get a room, please just contact me, send me a text, and the new number to Zelle for the room again, it's my Tam Fam travel agency number, right? So when you Zelle, you're going to see that. You're going to see Tam Fam Travel Agency. And that number is 718-308-9993. 718-308-9993. 718-308-9993. One more time, 718-308-9993. All right? You can text me there too. Or you can text me at the 929 number on the screen if you want. So I have one more video before I go. No, I'm gonna play this already. This is when the woman phone explode, right? Yep. That one play already. What the other video? This is which one? This.
Press conference in Doral Monday, Venezuelan Americans denounced the Trump administration and South Florida Republicans.
More than betrayed. Beyond betrayed. They used us. They actually, during the campaign, and I don't want to make this political, but during the campaign, the elected officials from the Republican Party, they actually told us that it was not going to touch the documented people.
We already dealt with that. Here it is. Now, people, you always see these things about thieves who are stupid, right? These videos about criminals who are not exactly on the smart side of things, and they're like, yeah, they're not the sharpest knives in the drawer, that type of thing. But when I watched this one today, it took me out, man. This one that took me out today, man. I laughed at it. And what made it funny was the report of what they did itself is funny. But what made it funny for me is I started imagining them planning to do this. And then imagining them planning to do this, my imagination just got the better of me, and I started thinking about all these things that they were doing or whatever. And I was just laughing. And you have to wonder, like, that they could not have understood what they were thinking of. They could not have understood the depth, the expanse, the gravity, the breadth of what they were thinking of. Because when you hear this, it's just so, it's not even incredible, it's incredulous. It's like, how you get this so? Like, who you believes that something like this, you could have get away with something like this? Like, dude. And that there's also a lawyer involved. Listen.
2 Philippine nationals were arrested for trying to withdraw $10 billion at an HSBC branch with forged documents. It is understood that the lawyer is involved in the case. Reportedly, a male lawyer and a businesswoman aged 68 and 38 respectively arrived at the HSBC Premier Center in Central at 5 p.m. on Monday. The pair requested a withdrawal of $10 billion or about 78 billion Hong Kong dollars, with 3 suspected forged letters of credit, which are payment guarantee documents issued by banks for buyers. The bank staff found the documents suspicious and called the police. After further investigation, 3 more suspected accomplices were arrested on suspicion of using false instruments.
Okay, people, let's dissect this a bit. First, before we get to the imagination part of it, what did we just hear? That 2 people, including a lawyer, right? A lawyer of the 2, went into a bank and deliberately, consciously, and intentionally attempted to somehow withdraw $10 billion, right? US dollars, because they might convert it to Hong Kong dollars after. So $10 billion US dollars. They went in the bank and they might do some scamming or fraud, and they might try to withdraw. She said withdraw 10, not $10 million, $10 billion. They thought that they could use bogus documents, go in a bank and trick the bank in giving them $10 billion. People, I guarantee you that bank does not have $10 billion in the bank, right? Banks don't hold money like that. They don't. The bank don't have $10 billion in the bank. They don't. People, sometimes you go to the bank and you want $10,000 and they're like, first of all, when you go to the bank and you want $10,000, it's just like the teller have to call somebody else. Call somebody. Then they have to say, come this way, sir. And they have to bring you around. I want this and that. I want them. Then double check. This is like for $5 grand or $10 grand or $20 grand, I tell you about, It's one more production they have to go through, And sometimes, when I've been in that situation where I have to deal with all that, the money there. Believe it or not, sometimes the bank don't even have the money there. They have to source it in somewhere. And you talk like all a major branch, The point I'm making, is yeah, some banks have a safe with a whole heap of money, right? But some banks don't even have that. And if banks have billions of dollars with them, then the bank now do what the bank for do, because banks, a principle with banks is what banks do, they move money. So they make money. Money must always be moving. So when the money is stationary and sit down, they're not making money, because banks use your money. They want you to capitalize them bank. You bring in your money, and them tell you all these things where you can get with your money. And then we give you 2% interest for your money if it's a fixed deposit over 1 year or 2 years or something like that. But then they might lend out your money with a 10%, 20% interest, whether through credit card or a car loan or somebody a build one building or whatever. That is what banks do. So money always a move. They don't keep money. If them keep money, they're not making money. And whatever. So they went in a bank and think that them could have come out with $10 billion. I'm like, there must be some sort of backstory where something like this is feasible and they were being bold, Because, absent that, they have to be, some of the most stupidest people ever. And them says 2 people going there, and when them check it out, they have 3 more people involved or whatever. Like, even if you get away with it, even if you get away with $10 billion, how far can you get away with $10 billion if the 2 want to walk in at the bank and them see you? The bank camera everywhere now and thing. But camera in a bank long time before camera get common. Right? How far you think you're going to get with $10 billion? And do they even know what $1 billion is? Let me see something. Sometimes them have these things when them say what can be done? Sometimes them have these things like they must say $1 billion is like like it's how many football fields or something like that, Okay, so here's something here. Okay, here. Suppose you had $1 billion. Okay, come on, man. You could spend $5,000 a day for more than 500 years before you could run out of money. If you had $1 billion, you could spend $5,000 a day for more than 500 years before you run out of money. So multiply that by 10. And if you had $10 billion, you could spend $5,000 a day for 5,000 years. Right? You'd have to spend $100,000 every day for 25 years in order to spend $1 billion. $100,000 every day for 25 years. Take $1 billion $1 bill and put them in a stack. After about 30 years, the stack would be 67.9 miles high. if you laid out $1 billion end to end, the trail would measure 96,900 miles. 96,900 miles if you lay out $1 million end to end. Okay, let me see if I see no, but they have, they have these little things out there, that the idea is that $1 billion is not Trump change, much less $10 billion. These people were on crack or something. But I imagine them like, what were they thinking? Like, even if the bank give them $10 billion, what them did they go carry it? $10 billion cannot hold in a tractor trailer, Is it enough space? What them carry it up? Put in them wallet? Like, we can't put, and then when them sit down under the plan, it's when them say like, yo, we can make a big move on them, Yeah, wagwan. Me have a look at plan, If you take $10 billion, make a $10 billion withdrawal, and them can't catch me. Them not catch me, have it bulletproof. Yeah, I work it out. Yeah, man, I work it out that way where we are going to go in at the bank and I have the right documents and fix up nice, you see me? And we have the right documents and we are going there. And here what you are going to do, and you are going to do so and so and so and me do so and so and so. And we are going to get $10 billion and walk out of that set for life. Them can't stop way after that after we walk out with the $10 billion. Money turn up after that. Dirty money to the world. People have to see we are splurt and love we out in this. Monaco everywhere we gone. Yeah. You sure? You sure it will work? Yeah, man. Yeah, me tell you, man. And you say it's a withdrawal we're going to do? Yeah. It's a withdrawal. The thing said we're going to the bank and this is what we are going to do. And we are going to walk out of the bank with $10 billion. Them are going to give it to us. We're good. We're safe. It's going to work. Come in. Yo, I'm mad people them here. The person who bring it up mad and the idiot them who follow the person who bring it up, they madder. They madder than the one the mad somebody who bring it up. Because anybody bring up something like that here, you'd be like, all this time I think this person have like a minimum, like basic common sense, so I can't say it's a functional person or whatever. And I never know say them mad. And somebody come and say, Raga, here I go. Now look a move for we go up on Raga, me and you, we're going to make a withdrawal for $10 billion and nobody now going to know. Okay. I'm going on my phone and see if I can find a good psychiatrist for you because you need right away, what is this? Oh. Right away, say that person head not there, Oh. Somebody asked me something about the room them in the mansion. To the person, I doubt it. No. I'll check, but I doubt it. Yeah, I doubt it. I think this person is planning on having fun, man. Yes. Yeah. Somebody. Is this something I can say? Yeah. Somebody's asking if any of the rooms have a balcony. No, I'm not saying I'm just saying whoever, you know, if somebody ask if any of the room them don't find them have balcony, Raga. You know them why I use a balcony. Yes, man. Listen to me. To each his own, to each your own. You do what you enjoy in the life, people. Remember me tell you, remember Master Raga tell you, enjoy in the life, no make no stress, taking no care when I go through hard times and things and whatever. Still smile, still laugh, still make fun of yourself, still ignore stuff out there for drown out in a stressful situation. Leave it alone. All of them a tell lie and all of them have a bad impression. If you're there you work and all them something, they have to probably be a little bit more proactive to manage whatever narrative is out there about you and nip it in the bud when you can, because you have to be strategic in like professional species. But that's different. I'm just talking like in regular space them, and you have the toxic people them out there who they're just being them and that's who they are, But it is your responsibility to not let their toxicity, make you go make choices. Figure end up in a misery and stress and problem and thing like that. I remember you have to answer certain people about certain things that they must say about you, owe them the explanation. Worse even if you give them the explanation, say based upon where them there, it not gonna make no difference anyway. So where you explain yourself for? You're right, sometimes you have people who are motivated, to come at you for certain things because just so them stay or them want to achieve certain objective, for destroy you or whatever, or them just stay that way there, them get satisfaction with them, something there and thing. And when you see them people, you have to explain yourself to them. And remember, very often when you end up explain yourself to all some of them people, all you do is empower them, because you just confirm to them so them get to you. You understand? Enjoy yourself, man. Enjoy the world. Take care of those who are take care of you. People them who good to you, you be good to them. All right? The people them who good to you, you be good to them. Enjoy yourself. So if you have to get a room with a balcony for do some creative and interesting stuff, go for it by all means. Raga got your back. Raga is your cheerleader here. Do that thing. And of course the balcony, don't go thinking like Ellie now and thinking about your right foot up and over the balcony or whatever. Don't go thinking like Ellie over there in London. The person could be asking for the balcony because they want to sip some coffee out on the balcony with their partner. That's romantic. Or cuddle. Put a little blanket and cuddle and watch the stars and things. That's romantic. That's nice. And it's fun. And it could be quite memorable, Remember, it's a simple things. Okay? All right. That's it. Raga, do you think anything will happen to businesses that hire illegals, undocumented people? It could, and there are some signs that that could happen. Unfortunately, Dodge, Department of Government Efficiency or whatever Elon Musk is running, which the president has basically given him carte blanche. People, you see what's happening? The president has essentially made Elon Musk the chief operating officer of the country, the COO. And he's kind of just stand back and just giving him free will. Elon Musk has a tremendous amount of power right now. And he has charged Elon Musk with, getting rid of waste, and reducing the federal budget. I think when the end game here is to in turn convert that whatever them reduce into some sort of tax break for some sort of people who are going to benefit in the long run. I think that's the end game. But what it has meant is that he has given him access to the United States Treasury. That is basically giving him access to how everybody spend their money. Everybody spend their money, It's basically giving him access to whatever you put on your tax return. It's not just whatever you put on your tax return, but other ways where money is spent and where it's used and whatever, and who get money for what and how you spend money. The Treasury has all that information. Which I'm being careful, which is part of the incremental process of taking over absolute control of everything and knowing everything about everybody so that you can move against those in disagreement with you and things like that. It's a big move for the centralization, the concentration of power into the executive, which is the presidency, and things like that. And what they have done is the Doge team is now partnering with the Homeland Security team. The Homeland Security team runs USCIS and ICE and runs the Tom Horman Border Czar team. So they report to Kristi Noem, who is the Secretary for Homeland Security. And she came out recently and said that they're basically partnering with the Doge team, Elon Musk team, and that they have access to Homeland Security files. So my calculation there is that at some point, something is going to come out about what employers are doing, but it won't be like what we saw in Florida or whatever. It's going to be a wider, more accessible program that will allow them to know who appear, who are employed, how many people you have here. And if you say you have 100 people here, and we go in a your workplace and we find 120, but we have all of the information. We have the 100 people here, we have who the 100 people are, we have how much you're paying each person or whatever. So how you end up appear such and this, and you put this on your tax return and whatever, and we just count 120. Who them? That is the type of thing that I anticipate it's going to. Will it get there? I don't know. But I just think the groundwork is being laid for access into not just the government institutions, but access into private institutions where surveillance will be exercised on an unprecedented level and will give them the opportunity and the means to know who is hiring who, how much people are work for who, how much you pay them, what's the name of the job, and whatever, they're going to have unfettered access to that information. And again, they stated clearly, we've never seen this before, Homeland Security is teaming up with Doge. But you have to say Homeland Security a team up with the U.S. Treasury because Doge now has full access to the U.S. Treasury. And again, Doge, as you know, is run by Elon Musk. And the president just had a press conference in the Oval Office with Elon Musk, and the president basically told him, talk Elon, run the thing. And he was there with his little son, who, by the way, the camera catch the little son, I tell Donald Trump, shut the F up. Elon Musk's son, I tell the president, shut the F up, and the camera recorded right there. People, we're in some weird times here. It's, there's stuff, all kinds of stuff going on out there. Yes, but again, as I indicated before, remember I kept telling you, the overall objective is there, deport millions. But remember I was telling you that they haven't really thought this thing through. They know what they want to do, but the devil is always in the details. And when you get in the weeds, that's when things like, when you want to do something and then when you start with it, you realize it, wait a second, this is not that easy. So, like I said before, I told you, they're going to start out with a bang, and then when reality kicks in, some interesting things are going to happen. Now, they did start out with a bang, but of course, if you only have 30,000 beds, detention beds, you only have 30,000 detention beds. They are now seeking to adapt to that by, there's two main proposals on the table right now. The first is to utilize Guantanamo Bay, to send them to Guantanamo Bay, which is run by the United States military, and the facility there, it really was designed for hardened terrorists. But the proposal is to send immigration detainees there, down in Guantanamo Bay. What people are worried about is that once they're in Guantanamo Bay, the general consensus is they're not subjected to jurisdictional limitations under the United States Constitution, so that them can go on with different things down there. So people are a little bit crazy about that. I'm wary about that, but from their standpoint is we need space to put the people who we're going to deport or who we take in. The other proposal on the table is to send them to third-party countries who intend to make a profit from running penal facilities. So the idea is that U.S. detainees will be sent to these third-party countries. The country that is on the top of the list is El Salvador. And El Salvador has just come out openly and said, yes, we will run the prisons down here. You can send your prisoners down here in El Salvador. So another country will be running the detainees who overstay here. So the question is, if them already are going to be denied of certain protections in the United States, won't it get worse if you send them to a country that is not exactly constrained by the courts of the United States, to not exceed certain, limits? And also, for those of you who don't know, the reason why El Salvador is this attractive option is because El Salvador was run over by some violent, tens of thousands of violent criminals. And they basically suspended due process down there and got rough on them, on these violent criminals, and turn around the crime situation down there. So that president is every day gets up and, laud what he has accomplished and thing with violent, murdering criminals, for real, like straight up gangs, some really rough gang. And who exactly, in terms of undocumented people, you're going to put in that situation? Who? Only men and women, elderly, undocumented children too? Like, who you going to put down there? And when you put them down there, what type of protections will they have and thing, So some of these things are not spelled out. Also, because of the space limitation, they have actually released more than 500 people they took about, after them they took about 8,000 people. Them end up release about 5,000 people because them packing them take in already and them not have no more space. But at the same time, reports are that the president is very upset that the most that ICE have taken in for one day is about 800 people. And that is just for one day. And then the other days it has tapered off. They were putting out numbers and deliberately, putting out videos for you to see that the work is being done. And them kind of stopped. And apparently the president is very upset that they're not deporting as many as they should be. And the president wants them to catch as many as 1,200 to 1,500 per day, every day. 1,200 to 1,500 per day, every day. Because those are the numbers that they have to do in order to get 1 million in 1 year, according to the reports. What I think, and to that end, they have fired 2 of the senior ICE officers who were responsible for enforcement. Not fired, but replaced. So they took them out of the field and they send them back to Washington, and them have 2 other people there, with the mandate being that increase the numbers. What's going to happen then is that ICE is just going to be in a position where, we just got to get people. We got to get the numbers. And what is going to happen there is going to result in what happened in New Jersey recently, where they were so caught up with just numbers, them take a bunch of U.S. citizens and lock up a bunch of U.S. citizens. I mean, they were released later, but that's what's going to happen. Also, people who, they say, we're targeting criminals and whatever, because they have to get that narrative out. They have to keep that narrative out there, because that is what justifies, the aggressiveness and so forth, And you hear people basically repeat that, he's going after the criminals and whatever. But the people that they have picked up so far and deported to, a lot of them, they're not criminals. They're not criminals in a sense. So, and when the White House press secretary was challenged on this and say, hey, but you said you were just going after criminals and people in removal and whatever. But we see where you're picking up all these people out of families, mothers and so forth and things like that. But you say we're going after criminals. And she said, yes, we said we're going after criminals. If you're undocumented, you're a criminal. That's what she said. Which basically means they're going after everybody. And with the pressure being applied to them, they're going to look everywhere for everybody. So you have to assume that with some people in senior management, in terms of catching undocumented people, are removed, and then put some new people in there, those new people will have a mandate like, we move those people and put you here for you to give us results. And the results we want from you is 1,200 to 1,500 undocumented people caught each day. So those people then they're going to try to find everybody. That is my best guess, based on the pressure that they have to get the numbers. They're going to try to find everybody in every which way to go about it. So I don't think anybody would be off the table now. You could be a grandmother or whatever. I think they're going to go after you, you know. But that is just my estimate based on what was said and what was central to the campaign and what was the biggest deal for the people who are supporting you, and what you want to be able to say, promises made, promises kept. So they want to have those numbers to present. And so the pressure is on. And once the pressure is on, they're going to find every which way they can to fulfill that. Now, will that be sustained? Will that be the first thing on the radar? The central thing on the radar? I don't know. We happen to have a team in place where their management style is they have a penchant for the spectacular. So if you notice what has been going on thus far, there's this kind of effort to have grand stuff. You need to do big and bold stuff. And there appears to be a search. There appears to be a search going on for something big to do. Panama Canal, Canada, the 51st state, Greenland, Gaza, to take over. There's just all these things. It's like there seems to be a desire for something big, something huge to make it look like, you know, something big is being accomplished here. And the assertion of the America First doctrine is in full force here, and there is an explicit intention to make this assertive and aggressive in terms of American might. Now, under that climate, if something emerges that captures the attention of everybody, that this is the big thing, they may, you know, the immigration thing may take the back burner. But absent something huge like that coming to the fore, then we can expect that, you know, the deportation promise will remain central, and, you know, and the scrutiny will be continually, you know, examining if the results are there. And if the results are not there, then there will be a constant effort at adaptation in order to reach the desired results. And then whatever methods are employed towards those objectives, you know, will prove interesting, to say the least, you know. So we have some very interesting times ahead. Okay. Okay. All right, people. Take care of yourself. I'm going to do some work now, too. But again, if you're coming on the trip, people, if you're coming on the trip, or somebody else just sent in there, let me just make her new. Okay. All right, somebody else just sending them money for their room. Okay, cool. Just letting her know that I got it. All right. And we have here somebody wants to do. So we have a gentleman here who wants to do a VAWA application. I'll contact him after the show. Yes, men, you can do a VAWA application. I just want to remind you that VAWA application is a self-petition, and it's whether you're a man or woman and you're married to a U.S. citizen or a permanent resident, and they're abusing you, whether physically or non-physically, but they're abusing you. So it can be physical abuse, or it can be, abuse that is centered around forcing you to do things that you don't want to do because you're in the position where you're undocumented and you're married to them. Okay? And you can file for VAWA if the application was put in or if it wasn't put in. Okay? So even if you're married and the application not put in yet, but there was a promise that they will put in, or you're told that them not going to ever do it again because this and that, and you have evidence of the person, texting you, certain things where sure said them are try to use you and abuse you, or to exploit you in certain way, or to demean you, or if you had some fights and the police were called or so forth, or thing like that, if them tell us you have to come out of them house, if know where to go and thing like that, all that sort of thing, or them bringing them a take a man pan you and a take a woman pan you and be face with it and thing, because them know say you're undocumented and you're not straight. Even if you're a man and this happened to you, you could file a VAWA application by yourself and the person don't even have to know say you do it. You can self-petition on the VAWA by yourself, and the person don't even have to know that you're doing it. Okay. No, it's different, and it requires a lot more work, but it can be done, right? And again, men sometimes have a little bit of difficulty comprehending that they're able to do this and thing. But men, if you have a woman who is, abusive, disrespectful and whatever, because you're not married and she don't want to file for you or whatever, you can do it too, right? It's just that men think different from women in this situation. Like women who do VAWA, they always have the text. They have all this evidence, and they keep things. They still have the marriage certificate. Like men tend not to think that way. They don't save the stuff that you will need, to supplement the evidence, to provide the evidence to support your VAWA application. And sometimes it's a little bit difficult for men because they don't think like that. They don't think like, hey, I'm being abused here and disrespected. I'm being manipulated. Men don't think like that. They just think to kind of respond in an alpha manner and things like that, or do so and so and so. And they don't know how to recognize when they are a victim. So it's a bit of a catch-22. But I just want men to just know that you could be entitled to self-petition under a VAWA doctrine, and to get, and to work towards getting your green card and your permanent residency and your work permit too, social security number, and the whole works, okay? All right. Fritz, you hard to, Fritz, you think you're easy. All right, people, big up on yourself, all right? Movements. Let me make sure. You know, so them people, I think say people are fool. Me I look for one package where a track and them I say it was picked up in Los Angeles, California. February 12, 8:29 p.m. No, today is February 12. But it is not yet 8:29 p.m. in Los Angeles. Unless them I say 8:29 p.m. Eastern. But what I see here is Los Angeles, California, U.S. Pickup successful. Los Angeles, California, U.S. February 12 at 8:29 p.m. I fool and take people for that. Or if we pick up when that time is in the future for Los Angeles. Remember, they're 3 hours behind us on the East Coast. It's now 9:37. So it's 6:37 there on February 12. So them not reach this yet. Fool them take people for man. Anyway, as long as it a do it for do. Package and move. Bless upon yourself, people. And I remember, if you want to link me about any immigration matter, text me at 929-400-1249. 929-400-1249. 929-400-1249 for any immigration matter or concern that you want me to deal with for you. 929-400-1249. 929-400-1249. All right? People, bless upon yourself. To answer Delmarine's question, no. When you're self-petitioning under U.S. immigration law, the other party is not, if there's other parties involved, they're not informed. There are forms of self-petitioning that would involve authorities approaching the other parties, but they won't tell them that, so-and-so is pursuing immigration benefits. Let me give an example. T visas provide protections for people who are subjects of human trafficking. So if somebody brought you from another country and brought you in here into the United States and is subjecting you to, sexual human trafficking or other forms of human trafficking, but pointedly you were brought from another country here for that, and say you're going to get this and that work and this and that, and when you come here and that you get you're involved in and so on. So, all right. So you can apply for a T visa under that. But part of the requirement under the T visa there is that you would have to help law enforcement now in tackling the human traffickers. But human traffickers are not going to tell law enforcement that you're pursuing a T visa under that case. So he to reach them, but law enforcement is not supposed to tell them that you're pursuing immigration benefits under that case. Similarly, with a U visa, if you're already in the country, right, and somebody's exploiting you in terms of, employment and work, and I treat you bad and all them something there, and basically I slave you out, now pay you where you forget, particularly. So U visas are mostly used for work. People are exploiting you with work. But the main difference between the T and the U is that the U, you're already in the country. So you come in like as a visitor and you overstay or some whatever, and then somebody deliberately I use you and others, because them know on a status, just like a certain president was doing. You see a whole bunch of people come out recently. I think it was CBS or ABC. Though it was with CNN. Big interview with about 20 of them who was working for a certain president and thing. Undocumented, but they were paid cheaply. Yeah, they were paid cheaply. They were paid because the person knows them undocumented. That's why the person was using them. So they came in by themselves, were inspected at the port of entry, and then while they're here, somebody took advantage of them. Now, that person, you can self-petition for a U visa. So all those people who y'all saw in that big CNN interview who interviewed all of them who did a work on the golf course and thing, and all those people that say, yeah, he knew that we were undocumented and thing, because they were paying them pittance and things like that. They're eligible for a U visa. I can tell you that. That part of the reason why you see them go up on CNN and they're going to be applying for a U visa. And that is self-petitioning too. It just so that in their case, though, the person involved is the person who controls the whole system, right? So their thing is a little different from the average U visa applicant out there. So, because if that person want to know them, that person can know easily what they're doing if they're filing for certain visas and things like that, okay? So, but when you're self-petitioning, and you have an adversarial party that is involved, it is set up in a way where the adversarial party does not know that you are self-petitioning for an immigration benefit. All right? That is that. Okay. All right, people. Good night.